Magnet television.
Magnet television.
Magnet television.
You're watching Magnet television because what else are you going to do?
Hi, this is Matmos.
Hi, we're Matmos.
That's us.
Two of us. I'm Drew. He's Martin. He's actually taller, but I'm sitting up on a stool, and he looks like my tiny child. But in fact, Martin is 6'2", and I'm like 5'8". So
I'm fine.
Genetics, whatever.
I'm not 10 years old. I have a record collection with thousands of records in it. A compact disc collection of thousands of compact discs. I love thousands of songs. The very notion of having a favorite song makes me feel like I'm 10 years old. And we're not 10 years old, America. We're adults.
Old adults.
Having favorite, it just sort of, I don't know. What do you think? I think favorite is weird, sort of infantilizing, people. There's a lot of great stuff.
I think the very idea of a favorite is really questionable and dubious, but in the moment, if I was asked, like, what is a song?
Yeah, my favorite song today.
Yeah. I know,
because it doesn't, when you do these things,
right, it doesn't
matter what you say. They just want some stuff, so you're thinking about their magazine.
Yeah, okay. So, my favorite song is Beyonce's All Night Long, because it is the kind of dramatic arc of her album Lemonade, in which there's a kind of rapprochement across difference within the couple form, in which you forgive each other for your limitations and are sort of healed and reconciled through music. And in particular, what's cool about Beyonce's All Night Long is the way that it brings in Outkast's horn line from Spotty Yaddy Dopalicious and sort of interpolates it into the middle of the song. So it's both a new song and a familiar song, and because the Outkast song is so familiar, it sort of induces this, oh, I love this song. So you can love a song within a song. So there, seeing Beyonce's All Night Long, I'm actually loving Outkast's Spotty Yaddy Dopalicious, not Beyonce at all. So there you go. Favorite song, who needs that? All right.
I mean, the song that's been running through my head for about a week is the Ring theme from the Hobbit trilogy by Peter Jackson. Na, 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 na. Oh my God, what the fuck? I wake up in the morning, that's running through my head. I make lunch, that's running through my head. And I think it's because I'm getting in touch with an evil power that I can't escape, that I hate, but I need.
And is it even a song? It's 7 notes.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's a theme.
It's 7 notes.
It's a theme. Go
Maybe
ahead.
That's all you need.
Magnet, play it.
You have fun with that.
Play it. When I was a weed-smoking young teenager, like for me, that was like 16, 15, something like that. I didn't listen to pop music. I kind of didn't even know what it was. I didn't really listen to music. That wasn't part of my thing. And I had an older cousin who gave me 2 cassettes. Captain and Tennille's Greatest Hits and the Moody Blues, Every Good Boy Deserves Favor. I think that's what it's called. They changed my life. And I did. I toggled back and forth like, do I like the Captain and Tennille or do I like the Moody Blues? And like I had just completely no context for like thinking one was cool or whatever. I mean, Neil Sedaka, he writes some like banana, ma-ma-na-na, love, love will keep us together. Like, you can't deny that shit. But is the Moody Blues any better? Eventually the same cousin was like, it seems like you like the music thing. I have all these cassettes from when I was young, and when he was young was sort of like the 60s. They were unmarked cassettes. It was Paul Horn Inside, amazing. It was the Incredible String Band. Fuck, I don't know what album it was, but I listened to the hell out of those. So maybe those were actually the ones one means when one asks a question like, what album changed your life? I mean, again, these simplicities seems, I don't know. Well, how about you, Drew?
So when I was a kid, hearing Peter and the Wolf, I think really was powerful to me, because my copy of the record had a narrator who was narrating what each instrumental theme meant, right? So the sort of excitement and innocence, the fear, the terrifying wolf, right? The idea that music could be this way to express and encounter through fantasy incredibly violent and disturbing scenarios, but that it could also be this way to...
A wolf tearing you from limb to limb.
Yeah, exactly.
From limb.
As a child, right, you've got all these like loving parents telling you that everything's fine, but you also know that that's not the real truth of the matter. And so I think that something about the fear that the wolf theme inspired was a way of experiencing just something basic, that music is powerful, and that music is powerful because its fantasies can take us way outside of our own firsthand experience. Yeah, so I'd say thanks a lot, Peter and the Wolf.
All right, do you remember what the wolf theme is?
Right, it just sort of keeps building and building, and it's like this ramp of destructive energy. It's so exciting and so frightening. That's what I liked. Again, I don't believe in the concept of bestness. There's like so many ways to feel pleasure, and it's like we have one word called pleasure, but the pleasure of like blueberry yogurt, and the pleasure of orgasm, and the pleasure of seeing your newborn child emerge from the womb, right? Like, they're all pleasure. Are they really all the same thing on one scale of intensity that you measure, and whatever ticked the highest box is the best concert? I have no idea what that even means. I was very startled when I was in high school to see the band Slint play at the Battle of the Bands, because their music was so indifferent to the social occasion of a high school Battle of the Bands. And in that sense...
Let me guess, at the Battle of the Bands, someone was going to win, right?
Right, exactly.
And be the best band.
Best. Yeah, so I think the sheer, like, when you get formally interested in what music can do, there can be a kind of serenity about not being in a hurry to please other people, which is pleasing in its own way because of its very indifference to like cliches about pleasure. So to me, like, music that just lets you escape from those concerns is liberating and thus valuable. All right.
What was the best concert for getting you laid? What was the best concert? Nope, I wasn't asking you that. Yeah. Don't ask that.
Yeah.
Ranking.
Okay,
Is it just boys who like to do that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think, man, ranking really causes a lot of trouble.
My most embarrassing musical moment was playing in Björk's band when she was headlining Coachella, and probably, I don't know, 20 minutes before we're supposed to start, the backline technician that oversees that everything is running smoothly comes up to me with this really scared look on his face and is like, your gear is not working. And we had this interface that was damaged. The power cable that powers it was damaged, and we weren't able to sync up our sequencer with the sequencer that drives a lot of the elements in the Björk show. So we had there's thousands upon thousands of people chanting like Björk, Björk, Björk,
30,000,
waiting for her to headline Coachella. And I'm literally looking at a screen with the Apple bomb on it that my gear just does not work. So we have to start a show, and Björk is very cool about it, completely awesome, not freaking out, not being a diva, not angry, completely
possibly delighted.
Yeah, kind of eerily joyous in the midst of chaos, and is just okay, and she changes the set list and she starts singing, and I'm pretending to play happily along by playing an air effects controller with my left hand while I'm restarting a computer with my right. So yeah, that was a deep moment of embarrassment, and I survived it. I mean, the gear started to work about halfway through the show. We played the rest of the show and it was fine. So from personal experience, I can say that things can seem really, really horrible, and you can still kind of, press on. The show must go on, right? Fuck it. I mean, in that case, it wasn't because we did anything in particular. It was really just that the whole point of the show is Björk, and she was able to do what she does so well. So, thanks, Björk. I don't know. Do you have an embarrassing musical moment?
I thought it was pretty embarrassing when we played that concert at the Astrocade in Philadelphia. And, I mean, mostly we're a pretty scrubby, do-it-yourself band. That's really still true. And it was true, 30 years ago or whatever, 25 years ago. And we used to bring a screen, a projection screen to project video on. And we were playing in a warehouse, and we taped it to a pipe above the stage, and it hung down behind us. And, the fact is, my friends, and this is a lesson for you, you can't gaff tape things to a wall. You just can't. No, it was on a pipe. But I think it must have been a dusty pipe. Anyway, the gaff tape sort of slowly peeled off over the subsequent hours and chose right when we were playing to
collapse,
fall down and literally fall over us and our table on stage during our set. And I gotta say, that was pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, we felt like idiots. It was definitely
I don't know, I laughed and laughed because the really...
It was like a school play. If the flats on stage of a school play had fallen over.
Start falling over.
That was kind of the vibe.
I mean, I've played shows where my gear broke in the middle of the show and I just danced the rest of this show. I don't get so embarrassed anymore. I mean, I suppose it's possible. We've certainly had crazy people walk up on stage and start trying to get more attention than us, and
we've been heckled. We've
certainly
had brutal heckling, but that's okay in a way. I like heckling. This is Drew Daniel, and you're watching Magnet Television.
My name's Martin Schmidt. I'm in a band called Matmos, and you are watching Magnet Television. Thank you for watching it.
Cine.